Hello everyone and welcome back to the Multi-Battle League channel. As always, I'm that guy Harvey, and for the first time in a good few weeks, I'm joined by Juan Marvel again. Hello Juan.
Hey guys, how are you all doing today? Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to whatever time zone you are in.
We hope you guys are very excited. We are now in the playoffs. They are here. They have started. The quarterfinal matches have been finished and we are ready to go over them with you right now. So without further ado, let's go straight into these matches, starting with Team Drinking Birds versus Team We Disney. This is rank 3 versus rank 6, of course, with their new Pokemon in tow as well. Team Drinking Birds bringing Pheromosa, Darmanitan, Blastoise, Lando T, Mega Venusaur, and making its debut, Gothorita.
Hey!
Yep. And for Team We Disney, Tapu Koko, Machamp making its debut, Tornadus Incarnate, Ambipom, Landorus Incarnate always, and Magmortar. Turn 1. Duncan, why didn't you listen to Shofu?
Yeah. The promises from the past just don't follow through for the first turn of the game.
You said you were going to listen. You didn't listen.
It would have been a great turn
that
1.
That would have been an amazing turn 1. Shofu called that perfectly, predicting the switch into Landorus to then be Skydrop. That's why I wanted to Ice Punch. That would have been perfect. Even at -1, it would have done a very good chunk of damage.
It would have crippled it a lot sooner. Honestly, it would have left Landorus Incarnate just dead weight for Team Drinking Birds from the very start of the match. I feel because you have to switch it in eventually, and the only way you're going to have to switch it in cleanly is if you lose a mon. So you're negative at that point.
Yes, and what I was going to say, while it still would have killed Koko turn 2, it would have then gone down to another Ice Punch.
Easily, no issues about that.
As it's right at the start of the game, We Disney coming out the gate extremely strong. Played a very good match. They knew exactly what they would do. Okay, turn 1 was a bit of a mistake. I mean, that was it was not really a mistake. Yeah. It was more just not. It was not the optimal play.
You didn't listen to Shofu. You didn't listen to Shofu.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to say about that. But no, it was again great play throughout the game. Unfortunately, there were 2 sleep powder misses from Team Drinking Birds, which helped We Disney so much in that game.
Oh yes, the first one did make up for the Hurricane miss onto, I believe it was Mega Venusaur at the time. Quite low into the match. It was about turn 9-ish. That Hurricane miss, turn 8, turn 9, I think. Again, Team We Disney played extremely well. Like Tornadus put in a lot of work in this match. Skydrop was extremely useful on both it and Tapu Koko. The Supersonic Sky Strike taking out Blastoise early on was huge for them. No follow me shenanigans.
Yep.
The Magmortar also putting in a bit of work with more follow me shenanigans, keeping the attention away from Landorus and Tornadus so they could pick up kills themselves. And yes, the sleep powder misses, they were very, very important. The first sleep powder missing the Magmortar so it couldn't follow me. That was crucial.
That was because from that point onward, it just helped solidify Team We Disney's lead in the game, allowing it to get a lot more pressure from mons that would have been asleep to just continuously deal what Drinking Birds was trying to do. Definitely again on the Magmortar and also on the Landorus Incarnate. Landorus Incarnate was able to get up a free Calm Mind with no issue, and even though it went to sleep later, it still did the work while it was still awake.
While after the first miss, Team Drinking Birds still could have won the match if they hit the second sleep powder. The second sleep powder missing was the nail in the coffin. That secured Team We Disney's win. They were able to knock out Darmanitan before turning their attentions onto just Venusaur, which didn't have the damage output to take Lando out. I mean, Ambipom could just chip it down until a Psychic was able to take it out from the Landorus. You see, they're picking up 3 KOs this week, showing why Landorus is still a hugely dangerous mon in any form.
Very much so. Yeah, no doubt about that.
And we don't want to fault Team Drinking Birds at all because they did play a very solid game. Despite despite their 2 misses, they were never in a position where they could where they were just falling apart because they were still in a very strong position until those sleep powder misses.
definitely the turn where Gotharita Trick Room, that was a very big shift in the game
Yes,
because it caused Team We Disney to play more on their toes and like plan out their turns a little bit harder than they would have if they didn't bring Trick Room.
Yes, I was going to mention the turn where Gotharita Trick Room. I believe that was the turn where the Hurricane actually missed the Mega Venusaur.
Yes. Yeah, it was just a big turn of.
Yes, that was a very big turn, and that really swung the momentum into Team Drinking Bird's favor. But you can't. You have to give a lot of credit to We Disney. They weathered the storm. They came through it very, very well, and they took their time. They took their time to think about every possible move. They didn't rush into any moves, as we've seen them do in kind of the middle of the season, weeks 5 up to about week 8 or week 9, where they've been really rushing into moves a bit more. They slowed down. They took their time thinking about more possibilities for moves, and I think that's what that and the sleep powder misses, of course, really gave them a bit of an edge in this game.
Yeah, 100% agree on that, and I can't wait to see what's going to be happening next week. That's all I'm saying. We're getting down to the wire of this.
I cannot wait for next week. We will talk a little bit about what the matches for the semi-finals will be next week. So yes, this is an end to the season of Team Drinking Birds. Hopefully we will see them back for Season 3. They will be invited back. And Team We Disney will be marching on to the semi-finals. A 2-0 victory for them. We move on to our second quarterfinal match, which was Team Jamie versus Team Not Scald. Team Jamie also bringing a couple of their new toys out to play. Thunder Asterion, Mr. Mime, Mega Blastoise, Porygon Z, Superior, and Typhlosion, which they picked up from Team Subs. And Team Not Scald bringing Drapion, which was one of the more interesting free agency picks. Alola Raichu, Celesteela, Kyurem from Blue Hornets, Mamoswine from Team Flawless, and Arcanine, the ever reliable. As you can see on your screen there, a 2-0 win to Team Not Scald. And that is very heavily down to toxic spikes from Drapion.
Yes.
Very much what so. A bring that was. But their prep was absolutely phenomenal.
I would like to just put I'll be the devil's advocate in this case. They did have to do 2 recreations of the battle. And I feel like with that happening, especially with Team Jamie being so many hours ahead from Team Not Skull, there was a mindset difference from when they originally battled to where the second recreation happened. So I honestly still give it to Team Jamie for bringing it down to 2-0 even after the 2 recreations and the time difference, but it doesn't take away the fact that Not Skull played phenomenally, and also did Team Jamie as well.
I also have to give credit to Team Jamie. They wanted to play the match on the day they scheduled. They stuck it out, and fair play to them. They were able to finish the match eventually after I think 3 DCs.
Was it 3?
Yeah, yes. I believe it was 3. They DC'd once before the battle, then they DC'd twice during recreations.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that I wasn't aware of. Yeah.
I believe it took them about 2.5 hours to finish the battle.
Yes, that I am aware of, about the time.
Yes,
so that's what I was saying about that.
Again, I can't really say that both teams played badly. I was a little bit surprised that Thunderous didn't nasty plot earlier. I think that would be one of my only complaints about Team Jamie and the way they played.
Okay, I would give that to you, but definitely the amount of pressure that Team Jamie still gave to Not Skull, even though there were like 2 layers of toxic spice, and Team Not Skull were just stalling out those turns, so Mamoswine and Kyurem can just do the work. It was still amazing to see in general what PZ can do. Again, Typhlosion being a secret threat. Unfortunately, Superior, I know it could shine so much, but it just didn't do what it needed to do this week. Or I mean, for this quarterfinals, but
no,
yeah,
it got very heavily out. I don't think Superior was the right option this week, especially looking at what it came up against: Drapion, Celesteela, Kyurem, Arcanine. It had a lot going against it. Yes, Mamoswine if it couldn't get out the first hit, but you have to give Team Not Skull prepped amazingly. Their prep was super in depth. I watched their team builder. I think the day before the battle, like on the day it came out. I can't remember much about it now. I probably should have looked up it a bit more, but their prep was immense. And they knew a lot of Team Jamie's wall breakers or sweepers were special. So they very heavily prepped in special defense. So the Mammoth Wine was assault vest, and I believe it was near max HP with a lot of special, with a good special defense investment. Drapion was max special defense. Celesteela was very special defense invested as well. Kieran
it was subseed.
Kieran was scarfed to it was sped crept to outspeed a +1 Porygon Z. They prepped fantastically, and again, Toxic Spikes was a really, really good bring for them because they predicted them not to bring Dragouge. They didn't, and that really cost them with the double layers of Toxic Spikes, being able to chip down at Superior. It was able to chip down at Porygon Z, chip down at Blastoise, chip down at Typhlosion to stop its eruptions being so powerful. And Drapion, even though it was dead, it still picked up 2 passive KOs, as you can see on your screen there.
Yep. Just again, once again those Toxic Spikes were up, Team Nuttskull had all the time in the world. They just had to play defensively and make sure that they were able to outlast those Toxics. Even though, yes, they could just chip damage more to accelerate the process, but honestly, once a mon is toxic, you kind of have control on that.
Absolutely, and they showed that with their Celesteela set as well. That Celesteela was a phenomenal bring for them. The Subseed, while it's a standard set, the way they played it was just brilliant. They were able to continue whittling down on their mons against Blastoise and Porygon in particular, to the point where they just couldn't do their jobs. They couldn't help as much as they could. Porygon was limited to just the 1 kill this time on Raichu. Blastoise barely did anything in that match at all.
Yeah, I'm looking at the team matchup in terms of Team Jamie. Once like the big hitters in terms of PZ, Thundy T, and Typhlosion, Celesteela was literally like Hodor, just holding the. If it came down to just one mon, Celesteela would have been the last mon and just holding the door until Toxic take it out. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right actually. Celesteela probably could have just taken the rest of the team out by itself. But as it's down, Mamoswine was able to come in at the end, kill their own Arcanine, which is very common with Mamoswine, killing their own mons. We've seen that now.
Too many times.
3 times this season, I think. I would have to check that. It's 2 or 3. But being able to take out Typhlosion and eventually finishing off with Mega Blastoise to end the match. A 2-0 win to Team Not Schooled. And both the lower seeds, both ranked 5 and ranked 6, moving on to the semi-finals.
All right. And what are we going to be expecting for next week, Harvey? Yes,
for next week. We will come into that right now. We can come onto the bracket, as you can see there. The grayed out, Team Drinky Birds and Team Jamie. Unfortunately, they are now out. We will not be seeing them again this season. They will be back for Season 3. We hope they'll be invited straight away. But as you can see on your screen there, we will move the bracket up. Team Dreamball versus Team Wii Disney in our first semi-final. Team Not Schooled versus Team Cyberbaz in our second semi-final. These matches will be going up at the end of the week. Again, Team Builders Friday, battles on Saturday, with the winners meeting in our grand final. And we cannot wait. We're both very excited for that.
Very much so, because these are just top quality teams that have been performing so well all these weeks, and just finally seeing the culmination of what this league is going to be ending with is an exciting time for all of us here in the MBL.
I'm not sure what more we can say. We're all, everyone behind the scenes, we're all very excited to watch these matches unfold. Team Dreamball versus Team Wii Disney, I'm particularly looking forward to. Dreamball have 6-0'd Wii Disney twice.
Yeah.
Or the members of Wii Disney twice, I believe. I mean, particularly Duncan. Poor Duncan. He's been 6-0'd twice by Dreamball. He does not want that to happen again. He'll be coming out with a vengeance.
I can't wait to see that team builder, because they're going to be prepping for everything under the sun, for sure. And also with Team Not Scald and Team Cyberbaz, I think Cyberbaz lost to Not Scald this season?
Yes, they lost 1-0 to Not Scald. They're one of only 2 losses this season. Both of them were 1-0s.
So I'm expecting Cyberbaz to also be preparing all types of ways to make sure that Not Scald doesn't have a repeat.
And I think Not Scald having more offensive threats and more support, actually, more support options, they're going to be much more dangerous to deal with. This time, if Not Scald win this time round, it'll be through their sheer force, rather than maybe getting lucky once or twice.
Yep.
I can't wait to see how Team Cyberbaz also preps for that match. If they're going to be prepping super in-depth, I'm going to have to watch through that team builder as well. Please don't make it too long. Yeah. Please don't make it an hour long again. Please.
Just bring popcorn. Just bring popcorn and a soda. That's all. That's all you gotta do for those type of videos.
I mean, but what if I run out?
And you get more.
I don't have that much, man. I gotta then get up and get out and go get it. I don't know. I mean, I have time for that, but I'm just lazy. I can't be asked. Anyway, we're getting off track here. We can't wait for these matches. We can't wait for these matches to come at the end of this week. We hope you guys are excited for it too. And that will be it for the weekly recap of this week. We do have to mention there is a lack of the MVP table this week. If you guys do want to go check that out, it will be on the doc, which is linked in the description below. There will be one for just the end of the season, where we have like the regular season MVP. Then we'll have a separate table including the playoffs as well. So you guys can have a little comparison, like what would have been top 10 without the playoffs, what would have been after the playoffs. And of course, you can go look back at all the matches from this season. You can go see how each of these teams made it to this point. All the matches are linked on the doc. And just go watch all the matches. Go support everybody in the playoffs. Go do it.
Relive your favorite memories as well. Just go down a trip, and also these battles will most likely be on the MBL playlist lists as well. So I am the Juancito Marbell for this first quarterfinal playoffs week.
Yes, and I'm that guy Harvey. We hope you guys are excited for the matches at the end of this week. We know we are, and we hope that you guys will tune in next week to the weekly recap as well for the semi-finals, and to the preview coming at the end of this week for the semi-final matches. We hope to see you again. Goodbye.
Bye.